This would be first time in history. Greek Goes Keto live on YouTube.
Amazing.
We thought it would be good to give a chance to our YouTube channel to actually talk to a wider audience. We usually go live on Facebook, and we thought maybe it would be nice, even though maybe
have the opportunity to talk at our YouTube channel, huh?
I think it's really important to talk to wider audience, to more Ketonians. So welcome to first Greek Goes Keto live video in history.
Exactly.
We are doing great. How are you guys, wherever you are in the world? We, of course, don't expect as many visitors live during the questions as we have in Facebook, but definitely we will be answering questions we've been receiving, and actually interesting subjects that are bothering Ketonians everywhere in this earth, on this planet. So
we prepared some of them.
I wrote a few of them here, but I just want to say Greek Goes Keto is not only a YouTube channel, there's a website, so visit greekgoesketo.com for great recipes, ideas, scientific articles, and a lot of other interesting views of ketogenic diet and keto approach. This is Apollonas. For those who will be watching this for the first time, this is Apollonas Kapsalis. He is a certified nutritionist who specializes in ketogenic diet and low-carb diets.
Therapeutic nutritionism generally. So I think it's a great opportunity to go Greek Goes Keto a bit wider and finally to be on YouTube.
Me, I'm Roberta. I'm his wife, and I'm the person behind all those ketonizations, baking, cooking, and all the recipes that you can see at Greek Goes Keto. So my profession is not nutritionism, but I'm a huge enthusiast. I'm an artist. I'm a graphic artist. That's my profession. But I love cooking. I love baking, and I love exploring the world of keto nutrition, and then making everything healthy at the same time, delicious, and at the same time the best it could be. And the best it could be is if you prepare it at home.
Yeah, everything from scratch.
Everything
I think it's the best.
from scratch. This is the first question. So we got a question on Instagram actually. Is it so difficult to make everything from scratch at home? And what means a good keto treat? So if it's keto treat, why is it good? And what makes it good? So first of all, it's not difficult to make everything at home from scratch. Actually, our grandmothers were making everything at home, mainly everything.
Yeah, definitely.
And their mothers specifically, rarely anything was bought ready. And people, when they used to make everything from scratch at home, from bread to cookies to treats, from a main dish, soups, bone broths, etc., were much more healthier. And especially when it comes to keto treat or treat in general, what makes it good? What would be the main reason that keto
I think first of all, the ingredients that we're using, I think this is the number one. First of all, to cook at home where we know what ingredients we're using. This is really important, not only for us, but especially for our children and our family generally.
Exactly, it's important to use organic raw materials. Like if you can find wild grains, you are already on the right path. Then if you can find, for example, you can find berries, you can find some nuts and things like this in farmers market. And if you can source, as we constantly recommend, goat butter, goat milk.
Generally goat milk products, because we said goat milk products do not promote inflammation like cow's milk products. So I think is a much better option.
Exactly. So not generally, whatever you are preparing, your ingredients really have to be organic. If it's difficult to find it in the part of the world where you live, then search for farmers market. We have a video here in YouTube. We have a video about our visit, which we actually recorded when we visited farmers market. You can find just about anything. There are places where in the market you can find raw organic cacao, coffee, stuff like this. And all these can be utilized to prepare homemade keto treats, such as homemade chocolates, homemade cookies, homemade gummies, etc. So be creative, try to find sources of organic and raw and whole foods, which you can then process minimally at home and prepare everything at home old-fashioned. You can find 1 million recipes online, but we recommend Goes Keto recipes because we are always making everything.
We have so many here.
Nutritious, delicious, and it's always with keto macros. I would like to point out the 4 grams of net carbs here. This is the lower limit, guys. If you really wanted keto, it has to have less than 4 grams of net carbs. Now, how do we count net carbs? I think this is our
golden fee ratio when it comes to carbohydrates. We don't want to consume much more carbohydrates in one meal. I think we don't want to flood ourselves with carbohydrates because not only it can kick out of ketosis, but also if we're in a weight loss journey, it can we can have a plateau. I think this is really important. We have a question. Hello, Jay says, what are your thoughts on vegans?
Okay, we're gonna include this question just right after we finish with this one. This is an interesting question. Thank you, Jay. A good keto treat is nutritious, the same as it is delicious. So this means it doesn't have way too much sweetener, because as you've been eating clean keto, and cleanest keto we recommend from the bottoms of our hearts is the Keto Mediterranean that Apollonas wrote at Goes Keto several articles about how to follow Keto Mediterranean, how to include more typical Mediterranean ingredients, how to reprogram.
Actually, the boundaries of Goes Keto lay on Keto Mediterranean, so we based the Goes Keto on something new, something unique, Keto Mediterranean, because we said Mediterranean diet contains a lot of carbohydrates. Again, 4 in
the classic one, the modern one.
The modern one, exactly, not what original Mediterranean diet looks for.
People ate some centuries ago or some millennia ago,
exactly,
several thousand years ago. So about vegan movement, I think. Now, I'm going to say my personal opinion, and then you can say from the nutritionist point of view. I think it's the worst thing you can do to humans and animals in general, and especially those vegan people who are trying to make their animals go vegan also if they have pets. And then they are going totally against the species proper nutrition. So we are working against ourselves. As a species, humans have not been doing very well after several months on vegan diet. There are so many proofs of that, so many examples of people who've been vegan for several months, and then they needed not only to include back animal products, but also they went like straight to carnivore, because they were depleted of basic nutrients, and it's really dangerous. And we think that vegan movement is a bad thing that will teach, especially the new generation, very bad approach to nutrition. And when you have bad approach to nutrition, you can also have bad approach to health in general, to growth, to mental development, to everything else which is like human being is made of. It's not just the flesh, it's also the mind, it's also the spirit.
And the latest studies prove that, actually, because we want to meat, actually, to the countries actually who consumed the most meat, they have the higher IQ level. I think this says everything. I'm vegan, says, and I disagree. You guys will get cancer and die. Thank you so much, mate.
This is a big problem of vegan propaganda. Well, not only that we will not get cancer. I mean, not we personally, but the people who switch to. Today, you mentioned actually that you've read that if a person goes keto very young, that there are lower and lower risks of getting cancer.
Yeah, definitely. But I think, this is, I don't know how to what to say about it. So about the comments, for example, for just a small disagree. It says disagree, but
okay. Yeah, I think we took care of this.
It's really bad. I don't like to see such a negative comment because you have your opinion, you follow this diet, that's okay, but this is our belief and that's your belief, and it stops there.
It's not a belief. There have been so many proofs of vegans going back to normal.
But I don't think it's appropriate to make such comments. It's disgusting. Anyway, what we said. Let's go with our questions. Anyway, we covered this. We saw that was again.
Well, we are against vegan diet, and we don't think it's the healthiest thing humans can do. Let's continue now. Can industrial chocolate be really keto? And what are the things to read on the label when you're buying industrial chocolate? So, industrial chocolate, it's really difficult to find 100% keto friendly. There are like millions of them, not million, but hundreds of them labeling their chocolate as sugar-free, chocolate as stevia, but then they have like 0.something stevia and 100 other.
A lot of them, when you're going to actually flip them, you're going to see that they contain maltodextrin, dextrin, dextrose, sucralose, a lot of artificial sweeteners, and it has been labeled like stevia. And stevia, maybe it's going to be 0.02%. I think this is another trick of the food industry, just to label some foods differently. And we have a comment says, Simos, καλησπέρα παιδιά από Αλία, φοβερές συνταγές σας.
Καλησπέρα.
Thank you so much, Simos. Yeah, it says it is greetings from Wales. Says
nice.
our recipes are amazing. Thank you so much. This is comments we want to see, and positive comments. Yeah,
I love your
Delphic Epsilon. Yeah,
photo. It's Delphic Epsilon. It's a symbol of light. We've been in Delphi, and it's the place of great enlightenment and spiritual levels. There's a lot of artistic history and beauty there. So thank you for coming to our live, our first in history live video in YouTube channel. And let's say could you pass me?
Yeah.
The bar. Okay, so today we were able to find industrial keto chocolate. It's 100% keto because we checked the label several times. We read it in Spanish, we read it in Croatian, we read it in all the languages we know. They didn't have a label in Greek, but so we are saying that the best chocolate you can make is the one you can make at home with organic cacao, not cocoa, guys.
This is the staple, I think.
Butter,
home cooking, and domestic ingredients.
How many recipes for homemade chocolate? 4, I think we have.
More, I think more.
Yeah. So there is a recipe for homemade keto chocolate at Goes Keto. You can make it yourself, but there are those times when you're traveling. There are those times when you have to spend a lot of time outside, and then you simply have to, maybe you just want a small cube of chocolate. So on keto, we said treats are not forbidden, but they have to be 100% keto. So I have here industrial keto chocolate from a Spanish company, which you can see here. It's labeled that it's with stevia, but doesn't have actually a lot of stevia. It says here that it has 0.26% of stevia glucoside, and erythritol. Now, erythritol is keto-friendly, as we said. It's really safe for those people who don't have problems with sugar alcohols, which are not digested by our system. So this is one we found in really months. We're not able. We've been reading so many different.
Actually, we travel in different places in Europe, but I think we search about chocolates, about industrial actual chocolates with barcode, as we say, and.
So I'll show you the nutritional label. Maybe you can see it here. I don't know if you can read, but let me give you why this is chocolate. This chocolate is keto friendly. So this is 125 grams, the whole chocolate. Today I ate like two small cubes, let's say, two small squares.
Squares, yeah, chocolate.
And I couldn't eat more. It was so nutrient dense, and it was full of really, really good, energetic feeling after I ate it. So I couldn't eat more. I didn't need to eat more. So in 100 grams of this chocolate, you get 36 grams of fat, 7 grams of protein, and only 2 grams of net carbs.
In 100.
In 100, and imagine I ate
there is
maybe
not case to it.
20
It's
grams.
25 grams. Yeah, most probably you ate
I ate like
grams.
20 grams of it, so I didn't have not even 1 gram
The
of fat.
1/4 of this you ate. So I think you ate like a half gram of sugar, generally.
So,
and always we're talking about industrial products.
But another great thing about the chocolate, it doesn't contain soy lecithin. So if industrial chocolate contains soy lecithin, you don't want it. You really don't want anything made of soy. Soy is not very human friendly. It actually shouldn't be so present in human nutrition, especially in today's world where it's genetically modified and you cannot find, especially soy lecithin, that is good. So this company uses sunflower lecithin, and all the other ingredients, let me read it to you, is cacao butter, cacao powder, erythritol, stevia, and sunflower lecithin, and that's all. It has a little bit aroma, natural aroma of forest fruits like forest strawberries.
Yes.
And that's it.
And that's it, yeah.
Doesn't contain anything else. Now, this is a good product, but still, I wouldn't go for these every day or every week. You can make much better treats at home. You can make much better if you really are traveling.
And it's really easy. We have so many recipes in our YouTube channel. I think it takes less than 10 minutes to create something from, as we said in the first question, from scratch. And you're gonna have it at home, and during the winter is even on the go. You can take it with you, and you have it in a small Tupperware and transfer it to
during the summer. You can make ice cream.
Ice cream, exactly.
Everything is possible. In today's households, we have freezers, we have all the other
even in the hotel.
Equipment.
Even in the hotel,
you can even if you are traveling, you can be in a hotel room and have a small refrigerator which comes with a really small freezer. You can
actually,
make your
we
own.
made one of our recipes, and now we talked about Delphi when we visited Delphi during the previous summer. We wanted to eat ice cream, but all ice creams in Greece were flooded with sugar, even labeled with stevia, contained maltodextrin and dextrose, so we didn't have another option but to make our own ice cream. We went to the supermarket and we bought mascarpone, raw cacao, and we had luckily some stevia sockets with us, sticks. And we blend these. We bought some fresh organic strawberries, and we had our ice cream.
And the ice cream was amazing. You can go to Goes Keto and search for the ice cream blues, actually Keto ice cream blues article, where you will be able to make it like in 5 minutes. You will be able to make your own.
Is that on Amazon or eBay?
Okay, the brand is Torras. It's called Torras.
Torras.
If I pronounce it Torras, yes, double R. Spanish company. I'm sure it's available everywhere in Europe. You can search. I'm sure that they also have their own website. But CMOS, we recommend to make your own chocolate at home. You need cacao, organic cacao powder, organic cacao butter, maybe a little bit of grass-fed butter or goat butter.
But definitely.
And that would be it. A little bit of stevia or monk fruit, which we recommend.
Have it in UK.
And you will be able to make great homemade chocolate. Buy those molds for pralines, and you will be able to make much better and healthier chocolate without any lecithin. It will not even have sunflower lecithin.
Yeah,
it will be totally.
This is going to be free of additives or stabilizers that usually the industrial chocolates contain. I think it's
so much better. Today we also ate a really nice Mediterranean sausage made of beef.
Made of beef, yeah.
So it's a fermented product. It's a sausage which has been fermented, not aged, but slightly fermented. And the ingredients said Mediterranean spices plus a little bit, 0.5% of sugar.
Yeah.
Now tell me, because this is interesting. The question says fermented foods and sugar content. What stays after fermentation?
we need to understand that when we're talking about fermentation, if this is a sausage, if it's a cabbage, it's yogurt, is whatever is
sour
fermented,
cream.
the bacteria to survive, actually, they will eat as food to make only the sugar, exactly. So
whatever content of sugar existed in a food in the beginning will be excluded after the process of fermentation.
So there is not case to your food to contain
pickled food, pickled, even try pickled eggs. It's an awesome recipe. You can have pickled eggs. You can have even meat can be fermented with just eggs.
That's the reason after that you can feel a little bit sour. The fermented food has this sour taste. I think
this is telling you that there's no sugar left over. So the question was, how much sugar there is? Almost no. If you're going to take, for example, goat yogurt, you're starting with 4 grams of net carbs in goat milk. After the fermentation, it will go drastically down. And in goat feta, which is a real process of fermentation, it's 0. So you will end up with 0 carbs with goat feta. That's why goat and sheep feta are the only real feta.
The fat-reduced products will increase eventually their carb content and
because they are adding powdered milk, and this is how they are actually
balancing it.
Putting back the sugar inside of a product. So if a Greek yogurt is labeled as Greek and it's made of cow's milk, that's not Greek yogurt.
The same is going for feta.
And if it contains powdered milk among the ingredients, that's not fermented Greek yogurt.
We talked about this and about also mozzarella. We talked that mozzarella should be from buffalo, guys. You cannot consume mozzarella that is made from cow's milk. In Italy,
they are making it only from buffalo
people, milk. That's the reason there is not fathead recipe in Goes Keto. You will not find a fathead recipe. We are not using this fathead dough.
We think that cheese belongs on top, not in your dough. There are so many recipes for dough. And you're welcome, Simon. And thank you for being with us in our historical first live on YouTube. So let's go to another question. Why so many people cheat, and how this makes problems in controlling the cravings, weight loss, and getting healthier? This is an awesome question. I love it. And I think many Ketonians are
and we wrote an extended article actually about it. I know a lot of people, maybe they're going to say,
the article is called Ultimate Guide How to Never Cheat. You can find it at GoesKeto.com.
We received a lot of questions, actually, and the first engagement, actually, was the plateau. A lot of people have a plateau, and what I can do about it. There is plateau, weight loss plateau, what I can do. And there are several things that you have to actually put out of your diet, even we're talking about ketogenic diet, to start seeing the first, again, results, to have progress. And we said, if you want to lose weight, you are not just doing this to lose weight to get healthier. You need to get healthy to start losing weight. So why so many people cheat, and how this makes problems in controlling the cravings?
It's a tricky thing.
And it's a big, deficiency in minerals and vitamins.
This means you were not doing proper keto. If you feel cravings, this can easily mean that your diet wasn't rich in basic nutrients and those micronutrients. So you need to reconsider, how are you doing your keto? Is your keto natural? Is your keto clean? Is your keto giving your body a chance to get healthier and then to start weight loss? Because in the beginning, everybody plus the protein content, exactly. So everybody in the beginning will lose some water after not eating.
Especially the first week, I think by restricting carbohydrates, all the retained water will go away. You're gonna see maybe even 3 or 4 kilos minus in the scale. But after that, they're starting the real issues, and a lot of people say, I just lost half kilo this week. Next week, still nothing happened. What I can do now? But they're doing not clean keto, but they're doing lazy keto or dirty keto.
Dirty keto is the worst thing that had that has ever happened to keto. And guys, please, if you follow Goes Keto, then you know what clean keto means. It means really old-fashioned grandma's keto, I would say. Everything made at home, everything from scratch, everything from organic ingredients. We have some tips and tricks how to get better from all the ingredients, how to get better butter, how to get better cheese, how to get better meat, which meats are, we're going to cover this subject also, the kinds of meat, why we have to include a little bit more seafood and fish in our diet.
I think this is the staple. You're starting from
Keto
Mediterranean, clean sources of meat, like beef, like fish, lamb, exactly.
Lamb on the throne.
After that, you're going to your fats. You want to have a lot of goat cheese, a lot of goat butter, of course, things that are anti-inflammatory, like quail eggs compared to hen eggs, and all this series of, we Mediterranize it, I would say, like avocado, coconut oil, that to put and these things into your Mediterranean diet to make it more rich.
If they're organic, they're really good for you.
Exactly.
You can play with your recipes. We have so many recipes. It's coming Greek Easter, and Easter in general is coming. We have so many recipes that could be prepared for these celebrations. But always have in mind,
we have mayerica, we have Greek koulourakia, we have kleftiko.
How important it is to eat organ meat.
Organ meat, I wrote an article about zero-carb diet, how actually Inuit in Alaska, the Eskimos survive without any kind of plant because of the really, really cold weather. They're eating only organ meats and meat, but fatty meat, not lean meats. The lean meats, they're giving it to the dogs. So because dogs have the ability to process the lean protein, it's much easier for them to consume it. But we need fatty meat. And of course, organ meat because contains a lot of minerals and vitamins, like vitamin C.
We have a recipe for liver pate,
yeah.
which we said because we love vitamin B complex. Now, really, guys, if you include...
And this is another that we talk about vegans. They have deficiencies in B vitamins, in proteins, here, there. They want constantly supplements. If your nutrition needs supplements, something is wrong there.
You're not doing your keto correctly. If you need supplements, if you are not actually giving your body everything from the food, if food is not your medicine, then all the supplements in this world will not really help you. First to regain your health and then to start the proper and the healthiest weight loss. So forget the supplements, guys. Get healthier by going back to the kitchen. Learn some recipes, do some tricks, make some treats occasionally. It's not a problem to eat cake. Today we ate cake.
Yeah, today we ate a slice of cake. Yeah.
This orange bloom water, orange blossom water, keto cake, which you can find. It's a recent recipe at Goes Keto. And it was really delicious.
Clean keto, the best,
Yes, the health is number one, and there is no way you can regain your health or get healthier and just start, because if you're just losing weight and not getting healthier, then you are losing weight wrong.
And I would say it again, you don't have to join a gym, you don't have to exercise.
It's
generally.
Good if you do.
Yes, but you don't have, if you have to work out to lose weight, something is wrong there again. If you have to put your body in constant stress. Yeah, stress to lose weight. I think it's really bad. We want to join the gym like 3 or even 4 times per week, and I think it's more than enough, especially if you are amateur or not pro athlete.
Supplements. The other day, actually, I heard a great quote. If you're not a professional athlete with top results, you really don't need any supplements.
Supplementation, you don't need supplementation because
awesome.
Exactly.
You do not need supplements if you take all this money that you will invest in the supplements and invest in organic,
they're really expensive.
Ancient foods such as quail eggs, sea buckthorn, lamb, rabbit, and some other kinds of meats which are not usual. Some
fish.
Liver.
I see a lot of people consuming a lot of pork.
Fish broth, bone broth. Yeah, talk about pork a little
We
bit.
said about pork. Personally, I believe it's not very quality meat. Also, chicken is not very quality meat. Not only because it's heavily commercialized, especially chicken and pork, but they are really cheap. So the masses will run to buy it because it's really cheap. And these meats, unfortunately, because they are cheap, they will be contain antibiotics, will contain artificial things, which they're literally pumping these things inside in the animals. So I think they're really bad choices.
So it's okay to eat bacon, but not every day.
Yes.
It's really much better to put an emphasis on lamb,
And try to find
beef.
organic. Even if we're buying chicken or pork, we need to find the organic and at least sometimes grain-free. If it can be grain-free.
If it's possible, but that's why you can go for wild.
Yes.
And you can find some products.
And a lot of omega-6, especially with pork, we're consuming a lot of omega-6, no fish. I see a lot of Ketonians will not consume fish at all.
Yeah, this is really a problem. We want to talk more about it. We posted yesterday a recipe for a fish in ancient Greek pot made of clay.
Not only, and plus olive oil contains a lot of omega-6.
But we use goat butter,
yeah,
to make a balance there. So we are trying our best to give ideas, to give you some
we prepared the
about
gill-head brie, which is has a lot of omega-3s with some vegetables. We put the goat butter. We try always to have a different and to have a variety of food and not to constantly eat the same bacon, eggs, and some cheese eventually, and a lot of lettuce.
Carb cycling. Here I have it among the question. It's actually
wait,
bad for
before
the cravings.
It says, so do you recommend the paleo keto life?
Exactly.
Paleo, it's really good. It's really good if you
as long as you exclude the modern fruits.
Exactly.
And eat all in the ancient fruits such as berries, you are on a great, but we would like to call it ancient Mediterranean keto diet rather than paleo.
Because we said Mediterranean diet didn't contain a lot of fruits and vegetables that we know today. Ancient Greeks didn't know what is an orange, what is a lemon, what is a tomato, what is avocado. Yeah, they didn't have these things. This was a real Mediterranean diet. Fish, meat. Even when they consumed, they didn't have wheat. They were consuming spelt.
Yes,
this is something different. It's a cereal, but it's not zea. Yeah, it's spelt. So Mediterranean diet looked totally different what we think Mediterranean diet looks today. So I think a paleo keto approach, but without all these GMO fruits like bananas of 30 centimeters, honey, which is mainly glucose syrup, and
honey is fructose. This is a problem. So this is why we ketonized honey. We made keto honey substitute, and we think it's a great way to have all the minerals from honey. But
a lot
no
of people
sugar.
don't know about it. Potatoes came from USA in 19th century in Greece. Corn we didn't have. I said tomatoes. I said corn. Yes, I said corn. We talked about
generally wheat.
Wheat
came
all
from other parts of European continent. In Greece, didn't even exist. And when it existed, when it was brought, it was mainly given to animals, not to humans.
Oranges, not lemons, nothing.
Orange is great if you're gonna just use the peel.
The peel.
And
lemon is really good. Avocado is really good, but still we didn't have coconuts. We didn't have. I said that if you're gonna try and put all this out, you're gonna see what a real Mediterranean diet looks
like. A lot of fish, a lot of lamb, a lot of cheese, goat, and sheep cheese.
We didn't have a lot of cows in Greece. So let's be honest. We're gonna see it from a Greek perspective. Greeks didn't consume these things, and especially if you're gonna see a diet of an Olympic winner or the ancient Greek elite, they didn't consume carbohydrates, guys.
There is an article he wrote about it, about ancient Greek symposium. Please, guys, check the article at Goes Keto. You will find it.
Carbohydrates like lentils, legumes generally, or bread was considered food for the masses, for the poor people. So this would, if you were eating meat, cheese, some kind, and the rich would consume some kind of this bread from spelt, but it was limited.
The bread was not popular among the elite. bread was very rare on a table of wealthy and successful people.
That's the reason, if you remember, Romans would say bread and games. So
for the people,
for the
masses.
This is really important to understand from what perspective the elite will eat what was really quality. The elite is all the quality, so we want to see from this again perspective what was this quality food and to analyze it and what are the benefits of these foods.
So we're not saying that there's equality still in the world. There are still extremely rich and extremely poor people. But what we can do is share the knowledge about the proper human species nutrition, what is proper for us, how to be healthier, how to think better, how to actually be better humans by being healthier and being able to think and exchange
because if you're gonna think even today about the bodybuilding competitions that the winner needs to look like a Greek god, like an Olympian, to have an Olympian physique.
They rarely look like that.
Yes,
they
really.
look like caricatures.
But nobody will achieve that by eating bread and lentils, believe me.
Ancient Greek Olympians, Olympian winners, Olympic winners, yeah. Olympians are gods. They were able actually to look like that due to a high protein intake from mainly meat and cheese. Even
eggs, a lot of eggs.
Of course. You can find written data about what was the heroic preferred food of heroes, in Homeric heroes, and it was grilled meat. Mainly grilled meat. We have the research for this. We
provides
have the
satiety, all the minerals, all the vitamins, all the macronutrients that you need. Meat is healing.
Find it in the article. Yes, meat heals. That's true. And by the way, if you have heard about the hashtag yes to meat, we are the author of this hashtag. And yes, we should all say yes to meat. Meat is our ancestral food, and we have been eating it for centuries.
It's just
a part of a food chain. And we are at the top of that food chain, and that's how it was for centuries. Unless we come up with a way to produce really nutritious artificial meat, like in Star Trek, they can synthesize replicate it, then we must not stop eating the organic meat.
Yeah, I think organic is the best. We have to go organic.
Unless we find a way to really synthesize it with all the nutrients and all the benefits that meat has on our health, and it has great benefits, especially organ meat, especially organic meat, and there are proofs all around.
And the latest research shows that since we starting have the revolution of agriculture, our brain starts shrinking. So I think it's another proof of what's happening with the wheat and
the health potential you get when you eat less wheat and less cereals. If you can exclude cereals in general, just replace them with seeds and in moderation nuts, then you already done so much for your nutrition. And then if you can exclude totally, you got a Greek question now, you're going to take care of that. Then you are getting on the top of your power and on the top of your health. You can be healthier by excluding wheat, starch, and carbs. Well, it's impossible to exclude 100% carbs. There will be like micro amounts in many foods, but okay, tell us, what was
he adores his lamb. He lived in Crete for 10 years.
That's the best place.
The place.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. Says when he mentions his keto paleo, of course, he mentioned not only non-keto fruits, only fruits that are allowed in ketogenic diet because they are contained high in sugar.
More than 4 grams of net carbs per 100 are not our friends.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we spoke about blueberries today.
Yeah.
Blueberries are on the edge.
Contain a lot of fructose. So
5 grams of sugar per 100 grams.
No, it's more.
Even
per 100
more.
grams is, I think, around 12 grams of sugars in 100.
We have to check that
information.
That's a lot. So moderate with blueberries. Go a little bit more to berries.
The fructose content. Okay, when you think how much is 100 grams of blueberries are a lot. You cannot consume 100 grams. It's going to be a pile
20, 30 grams is more than enough.
Yeah.
Which are the best berries on keto?
I think C. buckthorn is...
C. buckthorn or Hippophaes. Guys, remember this name.
Yeah.
Google it. And I would recommend...
Omega-3, Omega-6, Omega-7, and Omega-9.
Omega-7,
the best profile.
you will not find Omega-7 in any
Vitamin
other food.
C.
As much as in
it's the,
400 milligrams.
Yes, I think it's the only berry that contains so many good fats. Actually, the berry is mainly fat, protein, and then carbohydrates. I think is the best option.
It has like 1 gram of carbs per 100, so
yeah.
which is nothing. It's
I
really
think
good.
The best option.
It's an ancient berry brought from Tibet to ancient Greece.
From Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great brought it. Search about Hippophaes or C. buckthorn. It's the best. It's actually the only keto-friendly fruit juice you can have on keto without worry. So yes, you can have them dried. Or you can have 100% juice of Hippophaes organic, which is sold all over Europe. I'm sure you can find it in the US also, in the UK.
UK, yeah.
And if not, then dried Hippophaes, you can order them from Greece or from some other country, and then you can make your own
in the UK you should have them, definitely.
smoothie with Hippophaes. It's the healthiest berry you can find on this earth. It's like it's from another planet. I don't know how come it has so many nutrients.
And actually, Alexander the Great sent it back to Aristotle to study it, and then realized actually when saw the horses that it means Hippophaes is the shiny horse. When after the battles, injured horses, they will go and consume C. buckthorn during the expedition of Alexander the Great to Asia. And after a couple of days, their fur will start getting shiny, and the horses get back strong.
Shiny horse.
Yeah. So why we're not consume this also? You have to consume it too. And they realized that this gives them plenty of energy. It's really fatty because of all this omega complex, omega-3, omega-6, omega-7, and omega-9. Nothing contains so many omegas as C. buckthorn.
Goji berry is also good, but it's not even close to
it's really good, but I don't think we can match.
Hippophaes is on the throne of... we have an article about... You can learn everything about Hippophaes. I swear, if you're going to read that article, you're going to immediately go and order some of them. Because it's the best thing. You don't need supplements. Get real dried berries, organic berries. You don't need to buy anything industrial. Because these berries usually are dried up to 40 degrees Celsius, not more. And sometimes you can find sun-dried, which is even better.
But it's a little bit difficult to find.
That's your supplement. You don't need industrial supplement coming in the form of a pill, coming in the form of a tablet or whatever capsule.
You don't have to. Just you need to make a strategic plan. You need to have a strategy. This is gonna work.
Another Greek word. Please tell us how is in Greek strategy.
Strategiki.
Strategiki,
yeah. Someone says we'll try it. That's great. It's sour due to the high vitamin C content, but I think it's
400 milligrams per 100 grams.
It's a bomb. You don't have to again to buy supplement vitamin C. You
Not
have
per 100, sorry, per 20 grams. I made a mistake.
It's really sour. Maybe you're gonna have to add a dash of stevia or
Always
something.
dilute it with a lot of water. It's extremely sour. Because it's sour, it's telling you that it has a lot of vitamin C.
And it's natural.
And it also has a lot of omegas. So that's not the tastiest combination. You need to add some water and stevia or monk fruit.
But what I was saying is that you need to have a strategy in whatever you are doing. You need to have a plan. For example, how to combine ketogenic diet and exercise. You cannot. A lot of people are going to the gym and don't know what to do. They're feeling tired because of ketogenic diet. Complaining a lot of people because they're not doing the right program. Again, you need to search to make a research, I would say, and to see what works the best for you.
And what works the best for you?
Personally,
keto
carnivore. Yeah, I think the combination of sometimes zero carb to get rid total carb from your system, and after that going back to ketogenic diet with maximum 15 grams of carbohydrates for me works the best.
Okay, I have another question from Orlando. Which we didn't answer today. He asked if it's possible to do bodybuilding without carb cycling. Is it?
Yes, of course it is. You can. You don't have to consume carbohydrates to build muscle. This is a myth.
So, Simos, so okay, let's first finish with Orlando.
Okay.
We are going to send an answer to Orlando, but Orlando is following us on YouTube. I'm sure he's going to get a notification that we went live. We're going to post this video, so Orlando will be able to watch it later. It's possible, and if you are interested how to do it properly, I think you should write another article.
Yeah,
there is a great article, Building Muscle on Keto Diet. You wrote it.
I wrote it. I
think
it's
a huge article, but it's really informative.
But I'm preparing one more article about how to actually combine powerlifting and hypertrophy, exercise plan of hypertrophy in together with ketogenic diet, so you're gonna take the most out of them.
So you will be able to download to order this meal plan and exercise plan at Goes Keto. We are working.
You cannot have a middle range of reps, of repetitions in the gym while on a ketogenic diet. We have 3 energy systems: the lactic, galactic, and aerobic system. We need to understand how the body works in order to put these metabolic pathways and utilize them. I think this needs research and to ask the right people for it. Yeah.
I think you are the right people.
Yeah.
Okay, you're the right person.
Yeah.
Where is the best and easiest to buy
areas?
Okay, if you have still connection with Greece, I would definitely recommend that somebody orders from a Greek company that
Hippophies.gr, I think is
Hippophies.gr, and they are from Epirus. It's
from Epirus,
area where his father is from.
Yeah.
We could say those are your roots.
My roots, yeah, I'm from Epirus.
It's Western Northern Greece.
I don't know. After that, definitely iHerb, an American website which has.
No,
but
I searched. They don't have. They have only the oil. So
even oil, you can use an oil if you want, or you can make even tea out of it.
Amazon has a lot of, but be careful. See that they are 100% organic. See that they are produced in Europe. It's really, really important that they are produced in Europe. Then they are produced under the laws of European Union. And then you will be able to be sure that you got 100% all the nutrients from the Hippophies. Eugenia, hello. See more vegetable recipes from you. You have way too many nut-based recipes. Even for Yemista the other day, didn't have to have meat in it. You could use cauliflower. Oh no, we cannot use cauliflower rice. There's no way. We explained why. Because cauliflower, we didn't use nuts. We used sesame seeds, which are full of nutrients. We didn't use cauliflower rice because it's totally destroying the taste of typical Mediterranean spices and mixture. And of course, we had to use meat because as we said, meat heals, and we are promoting eating more meat.
And actually, never in my life I could imagine Yemista only with rice. I know a lot of people in Greece we call it actually orphan when it doesn't have meat, and I don't like it. It's just you are eating, and if we will use only cauliflower, and I understand what Evgenia means, but if we're going to use just vegetables, I think will not be tasty. I don't know, it's like you're going to eat just a vegetable. But overall, too many nuts.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, Michelle. Yeah.
Okay, so Michelle is waving. It's nice to have you with us. So, as we said, cauliflower is not typical Mediterranean. We are never having recipes that have more than 4 grams of net carbs. So, our keto is really healthiest keto that could be there because we promote ancient foods. We promote basically more nutritious and delicious combination of goat and sheep dairy combined with healthy kinds of meat, such as lamb, such as what other meats are better for you than. Come on, join me.
I love
haters will hate. Don't pay attention to haters.
We're
just blocking them.
I love lamb. I think veal is a great option. Beef also. I told you that I don't believe that chicken and pork are great options because of too much commercialized, way too cheap, and it's not organic, guys. It's biggest the consumption of something, it loses the quality. We said quality over quantity. Something has such a quantity will not be organic, will not be really good.
And of course, you are going to eat vegetables, but vegetables are there where their plate should be as a side dish, not as a main dish. We are not promoting a keto which is having like a large amount of vegetables and then small amount of meat. We think that meat is basis. We think that protein is not bad for you, and you can always put your fats up by adding
protein. A lot of women during ketogenic diet, they're starting losing hair, complaining about hair loss, and I think this is due to a little bit more protein. It's not bad. We need biotin. You don't need shampoo for your hair. You don't need supplements to consume for your nails or your hair. You need nutrition. You need real food.
Dr. Baker actually posted the other day a great chart which said that if you're going to base your diet on vegetables, there is a high chance you will take more those things difficult to digest, and then you're going to do more damage to your gastrointestinal system. Then if you're going to base it on good quality animal source foods and then add some vegetables aside if you decide to go keto, not carnivore. But if you're doing carnivore, there's like so many other foods you can include. You can eat seafood, you can eat great varieties of unusual cheese such as goat and bison and some other not typical cow's milk products. So keto carnivore is something that Apollonas is doing, and I'm very often with him. But when we are using vegetables, we are using them as side dish. We are not using them as main dish because we think meat is on the throne of human nutrition. Meat, eggs, and a little bit of dairy. So what Michelle says.
If I may say, I missed part of you explaining about women over 40 eating chicken.
Yes, this was maybe 2 days ago in our live on Facebook.
Facebook, yeah, it was Facebook.
Yeah, we think that you should definitely check Dr.
Jay Wrigley,
and he can tell you much more about it. Chicken in general in contemporary world is not the healthiest food for anybody, and especially not for women. It's really playing with our hormones, and the hormones are everything when it comes to being a woman. It's like dictating what kind of woman you are, what is your health, what do you look like, what do you feel like, everything. It's about hormones. Chicken in general is overprocessed, and today it's coming in those forms of industrialized, and it's really, it doesn't have all these good nutrients that you have in other kinds of meat, such as lamb. It's a common side effect when losing weight quickly. If you have hair loss, protein, and keeping your calories up. Don't eat very low caloric. And if you're going to eat a lot of veggies, this is exactly what's going to happen. What's going to help you if you have hair loss is eating a little bit more organ meat in general, and excluding for a certain period of time.
Vitamin deficiency, everything comes there, that nobody eats really quality food. We're talking about, when we're talking about ketogenic diet, cannot consume all the time creamers, sodas with aspartame because they have 0 calories, or with sucralose. This is not nutrition. These are not the products that we want to enter our body, to fuel ourselves with these products. We need quality meats, quality vegetables, quality oils, and even when we're consuming fruits, we're talking about always berries. We want strawberries, we want some blueberries, raspberries, whatever is this.
But definitely keep your protein higher and eat a little bit more calories. Goat butter will help you here.
Nobody
grass-fed
actually
butter.
got fat because ate a lot of protein. I think this is all because of carbohydrates, nothing more, nothing less.
Exactly. So if this happens, the hair will come back. Don't worry. Just eat enough of protein and put your fat slightly up by utilizing animal source.
And this is another thing. If you are again plateau, you reach plateau. Yeah, if you reach plateau, I think it's another way by decreasing slightly your fats and increasing your protein. You're gonna have again the results that you're gonna lose actually weight again.
So what's the difference between Facebook and YouTube? Much more haters on YouTube.
Yeah,
but
wow.
I remember some of our favorite Ketonians, which we were looking at their live videos here in YouTube, had exactly the same problem. So what I learned from them, haters will hate. If you don't agree with us, it's okay, but do not insult, because Goes Keto does not support these things and does not tolerate these things. We are friendly people. We love each and every Ketonian coming, visiting, asking questions, but the question really have to be, decent, kind, etc.
It is a learned says way of eating. I eat no processed foods.
Bravo.
Yeah. Whoop. Just pop up another. Once you put says the work on it becomes normal and easy. Yeah, definitely. I followed the link that landed in my mail. I usually catch you on Facebook.
Yeah, thank you so much, Michelle, for being with us. We will stay in touch on Facebook, and if you want, you can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram. But we decided we will go a little bit more live on YouTube, because we got a lot of requests from people who don't use other social media. And I think it's a great way for everybody to come back to YouTube channel, see our videos, and then you can see our recipes. So answer to Simos
says
and translate his question for the rest of us.
He's doing says a keto of 3 months, 3 times per year. Always he's losing weight the first month, or usually fat, and after that he's starting adding muscle mass. So it's really good choice for bodybuilding.
Okay, we just said you can even do bodybuilding without going off keto. You can stay on keto for the rest of the year and do not worry. You can also build muscle, and Apollonas explained it well in his article, building muscle on keto diet. Michelle says, I don't use Twitter. I drew the line at Facebook and YouTube. Too much social media to keep track of. I prefer Twitter over Facebook. So depending what kind of person you are, but please do follow us here on YouTube. We will be making more live videos here.
Also on Instagram and Pinterest.
Yes, you can find us on Pinterest, but here you will find all the recipes, and we will include more videos of our traveling, sourcing keto food, buying keto-friendly ingredients, and once again, Greek Goes Keto is about cleanest keto that exists in this universe, and that definitely includes a lot of meat. Meat heals, guys. Meat. Yes to meat.
Yeah,
that's our
yes to meat. This is our motto. Yeah.
Yes to meat. Yes to eggs, especially quail eggs. Yes to dairy if it's from sheep or goat, especially goat, and so
like original Greek feta. Original Greek
and
yogurt.
Then you can have some vegetables aside, and that's it. You will love your ketogenic lifestyle once you actually do it the way people have been doing it in ancient Mediterranean area from like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago. And you can include, for example, a lot of herbs. We are drinking at the moment. We are drinking herbal tea, and I'm having it as cold tea. Here it is. Maybe some of you thought I'm having a whiskey. Yeah, it's a combination of herbs which we prepared for ourselves, and we also use it a lot in our cooking. I think nothing goes better than herbs with meat and fish.
Great aroma and taste in the food, and of course, to drink it has a lot of health benefits for the internal organs. Simon says, "Thank you for all the info. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Simos.
Thank you, Simos, for being with us." And thank you, Michelle, and thank all the good Ketonians who have been with us.
Yeah. Are there any of your recipes that Freeze Well says that you'd recommend? You both know I'm flying to the USA.
Would like to make a few things for her husband.
He doesn't cook.
I will go through our recipes, Michelle,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to send you a few links. I think most of them you can freeze. It's not
Especially
but
if
what's
it's,
great thing, you can
uh-huh.
keep them in refrigerator for up to 5 days. So your husband can keep them in the...
And especially some kind of pita food
Yeah.
will work the best. And you can make half.
Creatopita,
You can make
manitaropita.
half of the pan spinach pie and half of it with mushroom or mincemeat pie. And he's gonna have 2 slices of it, which is a complete meal, I would say. And it's gonna be covered for at least 5 days, and can of course freeze something.
We hope you will enjoy your time in the USA.
He'll be gone for 7 weeks.
Yeah, she will going on Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo, yeah.
Okay.
7 weeks, yeah. We will.
Well,
come up with some recipes, definitely.
It was fun to do our first live video.
Really fun, I would say.
YouTube. And remember to stay ketonized and follow Goes Keto, see our recipes, and check why Goes Keto is always there for you, because we love answering questions, we love staying in touch. And you can send us an email. You can start following us on any social media. And we will most probably very quickly, if we are able, answer any of your decent questions. And we might ignore those that are, malicious. So that's how we are.
Michelle says, take care, adore you both. Love you back.
Love you too.
And
thank you.
Thank you for being with us. Yeah.
And see you all around the World Wide Web. Search for Goes Keto. We are everywhere.